Growth isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it's really rapid, and it can be difficult to navigate if you don't recognize it early on before things grow out of control. It's so much easier when you have time to prepare before growth happens. Today, I'll give you 5 indicators your team is in a growing season so you can be ready. 5 signs your team is in a growing season. We're going to jump right in. Are you ready? Number 1, doing new things. The most obvious indication that your team is in a growing season is when you start speaking and doing things you've either never done before or haven't done in a while. Despite your best efforts to come prepared, things may not be as polished as what you would like. You may even stumble a bit as you make your way across this unfamiliar territory. This can occasionally make you feel uncomfortable, which brings us to the second indication. Number 2, doing uncomfortable things. As God leads you and your team to where you're needed, you may experience some discomfort. You'll probably discover that you need materials and support to guide you through this unfamiliar territory. I want to emphasize one crucial component to this. Discomfort isn't necessarily a bad thing. Number 3, obvious expansion and growth. One of the strongest signs that your team is in a growing season is that you actively sought out and pushed towards growth, which has resulted in the expansion of your team. Keep in mind that you are there to be a defender, a watchman, a rock, and a covering as your team negotiates unfamiliar territory. Number 4, previous internal growth. Sometimes the capacity of your team grows from within, and then external development follows naturally. It isn't always easy to spot internal growth in your team when it starts, but it doesn't take long before you begin to see outward manifestations of it. New habits, for instance. You don't necessarily know when they start them, but you can definitely see the results of them as they show on your team. Growing is inevitable after your capacity has increased. It could take some time to find your footing, but progress is a healthy thing. Number 5, fight or flight may kick in. In a growing season, it makes no sense to shrink back. Try to recognize it for what it is. See where God is leading you by extending yourself. Don't be scared to try new things, take risks, or even fail. Keep in mind that a mistake does not equal failure. How have you noticed growth in your team? Let me know below. I'm curious if it's like what I've experienced. God already understands how this will turn out, and He is confident that you can complete the race. He led you there, and He will see you through. So stop doubting, keep developing, and have faith in Him.